You probably hate foraging. That's not normally an assumption for most Hypixel Skyblock players, because foraging is pretty terrible. It takes a lot of attention, and it's really slow. You have to go around the park chopping trees, and there's tons of competition for who you get to chop trees with. Most people do it in this dark oak area because you get the biggest trees, which means the most XP and the most efficient farming, but it's still really annoying. But, conveniently, there are better ways to get foraging XP. Specifically, this method that we're going to be talking about in this video that helps you get foraging XP without ever visiting the park. Okay, I mean, you'll need to visit the park at some point in your Skyblock career just to unlock the wood types to first start this method, but after that, after you've unlocked each wood type's minion, you will never have to come back again, and that's like 50 of each wood type, or just one wood type, really. And get a little bit of farming level to then get something like a tree capitator so that you can use it. But now, let's talk about this farm, because honestly, I love it so much. I just built it, and I don't think I ever want to come to this park again. It's so much easier. So, let's go to my island. So, normally, when I do stuff like skill grinding, I would want to watch a movie or something like that. So, when I'm farming, which is pretty much just running back and forth in a straight line, it's really easy to have a show watching because I can stare at my second monitor and not have to look at my main monitor basically at all, and just hold 2 or 3 buttons, and every so often maybe I have to change them, or change my mouse direction. But honestly, not that big a deal. But with something like foraging, I have to be there, and I have to look for which tree is active. I have to compete with other players, and I have to actually run around. Actually playing the game, actually putting in effort, that's not what we do on Hypixel Skyblock. We find the most efficient way to do something. No one actually wants to be playing this game, we're just all addicted. So, let's go into this farm. So, this farm is built with a bunch of whatever block you want, just not any wood that can be destroyed with your tree capitator, and a bunch of water streams running around. I also added some teleport pads, just to change which direction my mouse is looking, so that way I don't have to do it for me. You see, change direction west, and then if I teleport to this one will then teleport me across, and automatically make me face this direction. And we're just rotating slowly around this group of Dark Oak minions. Why Dark Oak minions? Because they're the cheapest, and I didn't want to spend absurd amounts of coins on this farm, and you probably won't either. So look on the bazaar, conveniently, which wood is the cheapest. Normally it's Dark Oak, just because that's what people want to farm, and use that wood. It really probably won't matter that much in the long run. You can use a slightly higher XP wood if you want to, if you're willing to invest more up front, but personally, I was not. And I upgraded all of these to level 10, or level 9 for some of them, because I just wasn't willing to spend that much money for all of them. Like, this one's level 10, but this one's level 9. So it varies by minion, but it doesn't particularly matter that much, because really what we're going to be doing is just standing in here. We stand in this water stream, and then just hold left click. And you'll see the tree will break, and I'll get some XP. And eventually, we'll come across another tree, and we'll break that. And then we just go around in circles. You do make relatively slow progress just moving around, but trees take time to regrow anyway, so you don't really need to worry about moving around faster. If you want to, you can also hold S or something like that, and you will be moving faster, but that requires holding 2 buttons instead of 1. Which isn't that great, and as you can see, we're actually at some points moving too fast to actually break the trees, so you can see how that can be a problem. I don't have a God Potion on right now, I don't actually know why, but yeah, with haste that probably, oh, I do have a God Potion on, never mind. So yeah, sometimes you can be moving too fast to fully break the trees, which can be annoying, so that's why I recommend, if you want to do it as easy as possible, just sit here in the water stream. The trees will regrow, and you will get some foraging XP. However, you want to make sure you're chopping this middle block of the tree when you build your farm. Because, let's say you have it, I first built it where I was chopping this bottom block, but the problem is, these saplings are what turn into trees, and I was accidentally breaking a bunch of saplings, greatly reducing the impactfulness of having this farm in the first place, because the trees weren't growing, which was pretty pointless, and I was just breaking saplings, which, if I break it, it is not giving me foraging XP, which is pretty annoying. So, you want to just be breaking the middle of the trees with preferably a tree capitator, but a jungle axe will probably also work, especially if you're moving around pretty slowly, so you can actually start doing this even as a relatively early game player. And now I just sit here, and I can be watching something completely separate on my other monitor without having to do any work. So yeah, that's how I plan on getting a bunch of foraging XP without ever going to the park. So if you are interested in this farm and more like it, please let me know down in the description. There's a video on this semi-AFK nether wart farm that should be on screen right now. If you want to see a tutorial on how to build this tree farm fully, like step by step without me having built it and then showing it off to you guys, please let me know and I'll put one down in the description once I've completed that build guide video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.